Do you want to know how to stay on track and keep up with your healthy habits when life gets messy? Then you're in the right place. I'm Atti, and today we're gonna explore 5 practical strategies to keep the motivation alive, stay disciplined no matter what life brings our way. Watch till the end to make sure you'll never lack motivation again. Have SMART goals. Whether it's weight loss, fitness improvement, or reducing stress, having defined goals will give you something to strive for and a clearer path to it. The best way I know to set goals, it's the SMART method. Let's say your goal is to work out consistently. That's a very generic goal. So let's make it SMART. Specific goals help providing focus and help you understanding exactly what you're trying to achieve. Your goals should be clear and unambiguous. A way to figure it out is by asking the questions what, why, who, where, and how. I will engage in physical activities at the gym. Measurable. You should be able to quantify your goal in some way that will help you in tracking your progress. So the question you can ask are how much, how many, how will I know when it's accomplished? I will track my progress by logging the number of times I worked out this week and their duration. Achievable. Your goal should be realistic and attainable. It should challenge you but not be so far-fetched that it's impossible for you to reach it. That way you are in that balanced state where you're pushing yourself to be better but not so hard that you're likely to quit. Being realistic is crucial for your mental health. Try to set your goal thinking long term. You're not rushing it, you're taking your time. Step by step, you will achieve whatever you long for. But if you push yourself too hard too soon, you will probably burn out. Keep in mind your end goal and let go of your ego. It does not matter how small you start. The only thing that matters is that you keep improving. I will begin with 15 to 30 minutes workout 3 times a week and increase as I progress. If that sounds like too much, there is no shame in it. That's totally fine. You could start by going on a 10-minute walk. Whatever is achievable and just a tiny bit challenging for you, that's the sweet spot. Relevant. Your goal should be aligned with your values and long-term objectives. It should be relevant to your life, making it meaningful and motivating. It answers the question, is this the right time for this goal? Consistent exercise will help improve my overall health, quality of life, and just help me enjoying my life to the fullest. Time bound. Every goal should have a deadline or time frame. This provides a sense of urgency and helps you commit to a specific timeline to achieving the goal. It answers the question, when will it be accomplished? I will complete my workouts on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting at date? What about making it today? I believe in you. You got this. Now you know how to set SMART goals and can use this method to help you with staying motivated. Find your why. It's important for you to understand why you decided to take this step. Why do you want to prioritize yourself and your health? A way to figure out those goals is to implement the 7 whys. How does that work? Begin by asking yourself, why do I want to implement healthy habits? And then use that answer and ask why. And so on until you're 7 levels deep. You don't have to strictly limit yourself to 7 whys, but the point is to keep questioning yourself until you're confident you've reached the root cause. It's not a simple exercise. It requires a lot of patience and self-acceptance and courage. Because you need courage to be vulnerable. To provide you with an example, I recently did it. I asked myself why I want to be a YouTuber in the fitness and self-improvement space. But I kept trying to quit. I kept telling myself that the level that I was at was the deepest, that I couldn't go any deeper. I fought it until I got to my 7th why. And I found out my mission. It has nothing to do with fitness and self-improvement, but it is to give you hope. Life gives us challenges so that we can grow, but it's not always easy to see it that way. I personally have been through a lot of challenges in the past 2 years, and I'm happy to say that I feel more at peace than ever because I worked through the pain. I accepted that that was my reality. I accepted that I was where I was at and worked towards getting better because I knew that wasn't the life I wanted, and I wanted to find purpose and meaning in my life. So if that's the case for you too, just know that you have the power to change. So yeah, that is my goal. That is what I got to at the 7th why, which is pretty far from the first question. Felt like I ran a 10K to be honest, but it was worth it. Being vulnerable, it's difficult, but I think it's the route to true happiness. So once you're done with your 7 whys, take a moment to congratulate yourself and then write it down in the note app or somewhere you can easily access. So the next time you're wavering or you feel a lack of motivation, You just read it and get inspired by your own words. Having a routine is really helpful for keeping a healthy lifestyle during difficult or chaotic times. I love this quote: don't prioritize your schedule, but schedule your priorities. Remember to incorporate your workouts, meal prep, self-care into your daily schedule and make them non-negotiable. Daily practice is your strongest ally. Something you do consistently becomes a habit. A habit turns into a way of life, and a way of life doesn't need to be supported by motivation because it's ingrained in you. If you don't have a daily routine already, the first step you can take is structuring your mornings. And I believe that any great morning routine needs two crucial elements: enjoyment and a sense of achievement. If you're dreading doing your morning routine, you already start with a negative mindset that will inevitably have an effect on the rest of your day. Last year, I spent months trying to emulate my brother's meticulously curated routine. He's really fit. He's been fit his whole adult life and is a huge source of inspiration for me. But the point is that his routine wasn't structured for me. And the more I tried to follow it, the more tired and frustrated I became, until I got to the point where I thought, of course, this is not the routine for me, because the routine for me is David Goggins' routine.
120-mile week, 2,000 pull-ups, 4,000 push-ups.
Obviously, that was not the routine for me. I finally settled for my very simple morning routine. My 4 steps are making my bed as soon as I wake up, preparing a nutritious breakfast, skincare, and gratitude. My morning routine used to be this long checklist of dreaded tasks that would take over my whole day, and if I didn't check all of them, I would just spiral and feel so unaccomplished and unhappy with myself. So it took me a little time and kindness to understand that that was not how to start my day. Hopefully that's not how you start yours. That's why I shared this little anecdote, so that you can learn from my mistake. If you're starting from scratch, something like my routine, that it's very simple, very doable, could be your way in. Then once you have your morning routine down and you feel confident you can keep doing it, you can start structuring the rest of your day. Once you have that, you can move on to your weeks, then months, and then you're set. You have your routine in place. Nothing will stop you now. Find your tribe. Surrounding yourself by people who are passionate about the same things you are, it's a great way to stay motivated. There's a quote by Jim Rohn that goes, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." The company you keep has a huge influence in your life. If your goal is to have a healthy, productive life, but you spend most of your time with people who are couch potatoes or party animals, there won't be many chances for you to grow into the person you want to become. Look for like-minded people that possibly have already achieved your goals. That way you can learn and be inspired by them. I used to think that people who had what I wanted were my competition. Now I know that that's not the case at all. They are invaluable proof of concept. They are literally the proof that it can be done, and that should motivate you. That's your fuel. The only competitor you have is your previous self. I know this can be tough. Maybe at the moment you don't have this kind of friends and mentor, but the good news is that you will, because you can do something about it. You can join a gym, you can join fitness classes, courses about your hobbies, business classes, and even social media. And on that note, my goal for this community is to be a source of inspiration for you, a place where we share our knowledge and we motivate each other to grow. So thank you for being part of it. And if you're not yet, this is your chance to. Lastly, but definitely not least, embrace failure. Life will not always go your way. You might miss a workout, indulge in one too many treats, but that's alright. Learn from the experience and move on with a positive attitude. Failure is part of success. No one is born an expert or a champion, and anyone who is an expert or a champion will tell you that their success was built on many fails, followed by them getting back up, learning, and moving on. Instead of seeing you missing the mark as a sign of inadequacy or unworthiness, see it for what it really is: an opportunity to learn and grow, a step towards your goal. Analyze why you failed, so the next time if you do fail again, it will be for a different reason, and that's growth, so that's good. You will never be perfect, but you can keep improving day after day, and I think that's really exciting. Imagine all your work compounding over a year or even a decade. There's possibly no limit if you don't quit. As James Clear said, if you get 1% better each day for a year, at the end of the year you're 37 times better than when you started.
What?
Let that sink in. So embrace failure and keep improving. Smart goals. Know what you want. Find your why. Know why you want it. Have a routine. Practice working for what you want. Find your tribe, surround yourself with people who are sources of inspiration. Embrace failure. Celebrate failures as teaching lessons. These are my 5 tips for staying motivated even when life gets tough. Let me know in the comment which one are your tips. I'm confident that the strategies we've discussed today will have a real impact on your journey to a healthier and more motivated lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching and investing your time in self-improvement. Congrats on taking a proactive step towards your goals. And remember, you got this, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, wait. And what? Where were we? 7-level deeps. Deep. 7-level deeps. Fuck. Competition. Competition. What? I think we got this.